Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sporty Show. Happy Wednesday to you all. I am Sara, joining you, as always, as well as the one and only Klinton.
Hello, and a happy Wednesday to you.
That's a horrible impression. I don't know who you think you sound like, but that's
Well,
me.
I know for sure I sound like Sara. Don't say that, fam.
I know for sure I sound like Sara. We gonna do this today?
Oh, I know. I'm done trying to impersonate you. I'm going to wait for Alex to speak and I'm going to try and impersonate Alex. Alex, what's up?
I'm going to stick to what I know. I'm not going to try any impressions of either of you. Doing well, yes. Good to be here. Looking forward to the weekend. It feels like a long time without football. I know we've had international football, but it doesn't feel the same.
It's never the same.
It will never be the same.
It will never be the same. We do have a very, very packed show for you today. I always tell you guys this, even though there is no club football, there is always football to talk about. So take a look at what's coming up on today's show.
We kick off today's Sporty Show by testing the Real Madrid's fans' football knowledge. We then look towards this year's Champions League, as our pundits give their predictions for the competition. And let's not forget, Arnaut Danjuma is on the show today, as we talk to him about his latest move to Girona Football Club.
Yes, guys, the lovely Arnaut Danjuma will be joining us later on in today's show. Friendly reminder to follow us on all of our socials. Keep up to date with all the football news, as well as we have a lot of football coming up this weekend on SportyTV. Guys, Cristiano Ronaldo is in action. Al Nassr versus Al Ahly this Friday. Saturday has Liverpool and Nottingham Forest, as well as Bundesliga. Bayern Munich are in action against Holstein Kiel. On Sunday, we have the Serie A, Atalanta and Fiorentina. And, of course, in La Liga, it's Las Palmas taking on Athletic Bilbao. Lots of footy here on SportyTV, so make sure you don't miss it. Alex Ashmore, you've had a busy week. What have you been up to?
I've been off out and about, I think during this week you find stuff to do, and I went to the Bernabeu and it was good fun. It was nice weather, and I ran into someone I know as well, actually. Should we take a look at what I
think we
what I
should.
got up to? Yes, Alex, I'm here outside the Bernabeu, the club shop just there. Before I start, I must say I do love the bow tie that you've got on today. It's a lovely colour combination with the jacket, but I'm here for some slightly more important stuff. I'm here to interview some fans and, well, find out, do they really know their stuff when it comes to Real Madrid? Can you name me 3 African players that have played for Real Madrid?
3 African players that played for us.
What a great question.
Oh dear, that is a tough one, says he. Mamadou Diarra.
Michael Essien.
Michael Essien.
It was Hakimi. Essien.
Yes.
Adebayor.
Yeah.
Did Michael Essien, he play for them?
Michael Essien. Yeah, Brahimi. Adebayor.
Eto.
Yes.
Hakimi.
Yes.
Adebayor?
Yes.
Samuel Eto'o.
Emmanuel Adebayor.
Yes.
Samuel Eto'o.
Yes.
Alex, who was that gentleman there with the sunglasses on?
Yeah, that happened to be my father, actually. Just ran into him,
Wait, your dad, wait, take that video back. I want to see Alex's dad, man. Wait, did I just skip your dad? Oh, Lord. We are coming back to that video, man. No way, because I have a lot of things to report to that man. Well, is he still in Madrid? Well,
No, he left this morning.
All right. No, it's calm still.
It's calm. All right, Alex, so you were asking them about the African players. Did we get any Brahim Diaz's?
We've got a few in there, not many. To be honest, actually, when I asked them, I said, do you want a clue? One plays he's in the current squad, and it didn't come to mind. I had to, prompt it a little bit. I gave a few clues, but obviously I think most people, when they think of Brahim, they probably think Spanish.
Yes.
He only recently chose Morocco, so... Yeah, I think Michael Essien was the main one there. Adebayor got a few. Eto'o. There are a few that didn't. There are a few that, to be honest, I would be very surprised if they did get a mention. But they played 1 or 2 games here and there for Real Madrid, a few of them. But yeah, the main ones got mentioned.
Yeah, so we can figure that these are real Real Madrid fans here. They weren't messing around.
Yes. Well, some of them I asked them and they looked quite blank when I asked them. So, that didn't make the final cut.
Well, fair enough. To those of you watching along, let us know who are some other African footballer players that weren't mentioned in this clip, because we do have a little list here. And there were a couple, like you mentioned, that weren't mentioned. Do you know?
Well, I mean, the ones I know are the ones that were mentioned.
Yeah.
And first of all, Samuel Eto'o. Hang on, wait. Samuel Eto'o played for Real Madrid.
He did.
And he played for Barcelona as well.
Yes. So
that guy's a traitor, man.
No. So he's one of the few.
Says the Manchester United, Chelsea, Real Madrid fan. Samuel Eto'o, don't listen to
He's
that.
one of the few, obviously there aren't many people to play for both clubs, but he's one of the few, I believe, I don't know the full story, but I think he made a handful, I think around 7 first-team appearances for Real Madrid.
Right.
And there was a whole situation about him at the club, and I believe the club wanted him to leave, or they didn't want him, basically, and he left. That's why he's become such a big Barcelona fan. So he did play for the club a few times, but he wasn't there for a while. That's why I think people forget about him.
Somebody that might know a little bit about some African players playing for Real Madrid is Gary joining us now. Hi, Gary.
Hi, I'm Sara Pereira.
You see, it's not just me. It's not just me.
No, Gary's is good.
My name is Klinton Called.
Listen. See, let me tell you something.
Wait, he just did you.
Wait, no, Gary.
Gary, run it back.
Gary, repeat me again.
Hi, it's the one and only Klinton Called, the one and only, the 2 and double Klinton Called. That's me. And also here with me
It's the
is the one and only Alex.
Can you do Gary?
Hold on. Alex Ashmore. Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm okay. I'm fine.
No.
Gary's violating us.
At this point, somebody has to do Gary right now. Man.
This is Gary.
Look at this.
Champagne?
Look at this Igbo girl. Yeah,
No, wait.
It's always about money.
This is the Gary dance. Wait.
What's your Gary impression like, Klinton?
My Gary impression. Right. Okay. No. I mean, Gary always starts with just that smile. Whenever he's happy, though, that you would just know that maybe somebody has contacted him like 30 minutes before the show to say there is a gig that we are paying you a few thousand Ghana CDs, right? And then when he's happy, he's just smiling in the camera, like. and then he's like, yeah. And then next minute he's running into the room to go get some costume.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bottle of
Something like that.
or
It's
he's
always
getting
like
a
that.
knife or something stupid. But
What's up, guys?
Gary, Alex went out to the Bernabeu and was asking some fans about African players playing for Real Madrid.
I saw that.
So, can
the
you name
African
any
players,
African players that weren't named?
Only 4 weren't named.
Let me just say who they mentioned.
Yes.
They mentioned Samuel Eto'o, they mentioned Brahim, they mentioned Michael Essien, they mentioned Mahamadou Diarra, they mentioned Adebayo as well.
Mm-hmm.
Did I leave anybody out? So
Yes.
these are the 5.
You missed one.
Yeah. Which one?
Hakimi.
Oh, and yeah, Alex, I think you're right. We always seem to forget that he's recently changed to Morocco and all that.
No,
that's
Brahim,
Brahim.
right?
That's Brahim.
Brahim.
Yeah. But Gary didn't mention Hakimi. So there are 4 players that
Hakimi. Wow.
were left out. But to be fair, they are much lesser
So
known.
there's one Gary that he's from Cameroon. He's won the Champions League. He is one of the only 3 Cameroonians to have ever won the Champions League, along with Samuel Eto'o and Joel Matip.
And he played for Real Madrid.
He did. He played for Real Madrid. He played for Newcastle. I believe, off the top of my head, I can't remember the other clubs that he played for, but probably more known for his time at Newcastle. Played for Middlesbrough, played for Chelsea, played for a few other clubs.
Jeremy Injitab.
Yes. There you
wow, Gary.
Gary is the one. Gary is the one and
Gary
only.
definitely did a
Gary
PhD in food.
All right.
You know what
Here's
got
the
me?
full list.
You know what got me is that Chelsea that got me. It's because you said Chelsea, and I'm like, yeah, that's the guy. Yeah.
Gary, that was brilliant. Yes, here's the full list of all African players that have played at one point or another for Real Madrid. So obviously, Baldo, Javier Balboa, and Omar Mascarell were the three that have not been mentioned whatsoever by Gary or the fans. But fair show, like, those are tough.
Yeah, those
you
are tough.
really
I
gotta,
think I would
like...
struggle to get them.
Oh, absolutely.
Even doing my research, I think I looked up, you know, obviously some of them have played like maybe 2 or 3 times, and you forget about those players that have maybe been there for a couple of months.
Well,
Yeah, but at the end of the day, though, if you've played 2 or 3 times for a team, why would you even expect people to remember you for anything, especially when it's like years ago? Like, fam, if they don't remember, it's not their fault, it's the player's fault. Fam, perform well, get on that pitch, put your name there. If I don't remember you, it's not because we don't know football, it's because you were just not active enough. Simple, period.
Is that why no one remembers your football career?
Everybody remembers me in Luton. Go and ask everybody that's in Luton FC, that's in Luton Town. They know who Klinton. Fam,
We need to get one of your mates on the show.
no, if you want, we are going to get them and they will tell you that I'm the highest goal scorer in the whole of Bedfordshire.
Can I also just make a point that completely contradicts what you're saying? Samuel Eto'o, a lot of people got. He has 3 appearances for Real Madrid.
But do you know why
But
people
no,
got him?
because he made a name first.
Thank you. Answer the question.
Yeah, but that's contradicting everything you just said.
It's a contract you go after.
He said, make a name for yourself, make sure you remember,
Exactly.
play
Hold on,
well.
wait.
Doesn't matter.
You said make a name for yourself. Did Samuel Eto'o make a name for himself? Exactly. The rest of them, maybe if they made a name for themselves, we would have gone back to their history to say, oh, actually, look at Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Where was his first club?
Who, sorry?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, no, I knew who he is. I'm just playing silly.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
We're having too much fun today.
But listen, Cristiano Ronaldo, what was his first team?
Sporting Club de Portugal.
Well, exactly, right? Do you know the reason why people know that he played there?
Well, it was when he signed for Manchester United. You know, people obviously heard.
He went to make a name in Manchester United, and from there, they had to go check who this guy is. Yeah? If they don't ask you about your history, it means you are nobody. Period. Gary, am I lying?
Yes, boss, you are.
Yes, boss.
Gary, yeah. No. I think we need to off Gary from this show. Wait.
Hey!
No way.
Don't say that. Don't say that about...
but have you noticed that Sara has a very serious bias over me and Gary? Like, there's...
Because Gary has sense. Gary's a logical person. Tell me I'm lying.
That is just
Tell me I'm
sprinkling
lying.
in the salt.
No, today Klinton has been taking all the bait. I swear.
Wow.
All of it.
Wow. Okay, right, let's go.
You know what? When Klinton was in Luton, he was so good they had a chance for him.
Yeah.
They had a chance for him. Clinton,
You know
should
the
I
chant.
sing the chant?
Please, go on.
I know the chant.
Please don't, please, I beg.
Clinton called, Clinton called, the Nigerian Maradona. Clinton called, Clinton called. So good.
Oh my God, Gary.
I mean, the truth is, you know, I know you said I was wrong earlier, but I'm not going to say because you said I was wrong and say you are wrong. You're actually correct. That's my chance. That's what they know me for. In Luton, this is what they sing. Why? Because I perform. I give them what they've paid for. I give them what they deserve. Right. I make sure my fans are
Tell
happy.
them, Bob.
Yeah, you know, I mean, say right on,
Tell
Papa.
I do, to be fair, I'm a big fan of watching all the YouTube compilations of all your goals. Oh, wait.
Really?
No, there aren't.
All right, so this show...
It's a roast. It's a roast. Do you know the CBS panel? So sometimes I feel like we're like that with, I mean, being the only female here makes me Kate Abdo. You've got to be Jamie Carragher, being English. Gary is Thierry Henry because he's probably the most composed, but you know he's Micah Richards. I feel like I need to do one of the introductions. Have you seen her? And she's I'll do it. I will do one of Kate Abdo's intros for these gentlemen because they are brilliant.
Speaking of which, you know she got married this weekend. You know she got married this weekend.
The memes, Gary.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And Gary, you know, the memes, like everybody's like,
oh, they're so good. The photo of Neymar showing up.
I mean, that's probably me one day. Man, Sara ends up getting married to somebody, and yeah, who knows?
You're going to cry, right?
No, it's you that will cry. Actually, you know, look at this guy. It's you that's gonna cry.
You guys
And
can all cry.
The crazy thing is that your tears is going to the Accra soil. It's not even in Europe. It's Accra.
It's not even coming this way, man.
Oh my goodness. All
Sarah, I
right.
thought you said we had a packed show today.
We do.
Just resting
I was
Klinton.
trying to get to it. We have one of the biggest games in Spain this weekend, heading to Catalonia. It's Girona welcoming Barcelona. Take a look at this.
And on the show right now, we have the latest signing for Girona. He's come on loan from Villarreal. It's Arnaut Danjuma. Arnaut, talk to me. What does it feel like being a player for Girona currently?
Feels amazing. It's been great so far. The experience has been phenomenal. My teammates have really received me well. My staff has really received me well. Everyone from the club has really helped me settle. It's only been almost 2 weeks, but I'm really looking forward to what's to come.
And obviously, you speak very good English. What do you use in communicating with your teammates? Is it Spanish or English?
No. I speak Spanish. My Spanish is okay. I can understand more or less almost everything. I try to speak as much Spanish as I can because I think it's important to get used to the culture. And obviously, the people speak Spanish here, so you need to get used to the culture and give them the respect because I'm in their country, isn't it? So I think it's important to try at least to do your best to speak Spanish.
I mean, lovely. I mean, I can bet your Spanish is way better than mine. The only Spanish I know how to speak is ¿qué tal? And apart from ¿qué tal?, that's it. You know, I can't go anything further than that. Now, obviously, you've had 2 goals in 2 games, like recently. What are your fans, or what should they expect from you in the season?
I hope to continue on the same path. I hope to contribute with a lot of goals and assists for the team, because I think ultimately that's your task as a forward player. But nevertheless, I hope to play good. I hope to win a lot of games with the club, and I hope to be part of a great project.
Well, okay. So your next game currently is going to be Barcelona. Now, the history between Barcelona and Girona, the last 3 games, Girona have beaten Barcelona. 1 was a draw, 2 of them was pure win. Is this something you are hoping that on Sunday would be the trend to continue? What would you be looking forward to for that game?
I mean, it'll be ideal, obviously, to win at home, especially against such a big club as Barcelona. We're preparing in the same way as we prepare for all the other clubs. You obviously know that Barcelona is a massive club. It's a huge threat. They've really started the season well, so we can never underestimate their capabilities. But nevertheless, we'll do our best to perform in the best way possible.
I mean, when you look at the team for Barcelona, looking at the likes of, somebody as young as Lamine Yamal doing, some really crazy exploits in Barcelona, do you think that people like that are kind of a threat for the game coming on Sunday?
Of course, not only Lamine Yamal. I think the whole team is phenomenal. They've really started well this season, and I think you have to prepare for the entire team and not just one player. We obviously know their quality. They've got a lot of good players up front, in the midfield, in the back, everywhere. And it always remain Barcelona, which is one of the best clubs in the world. So you need to make sure that you prepare in the best way possible against them, which we will do.
Right, okay. I mean, you've had quite a few clubs. You've played in England. You've obviously played in La Liga. You're signed to Villarreal, and you've been on loan from Villarreal to quite a few clubs. What is that, most important challenge that you tend to face joining a new club for the first time?
I'm very fortunate. I think I have a very good relationship with my parent club, should I say, Villarreal. Obviously, I've been at Tottenham in the last few years, which for me was a very ambitious step because I played Champions League as well. And Tottenham, to me as well, is one of the greatest clubs in the world, and it was a huge opportunity for me. And I feel that it's the same this year. I've been given a great opportunity here to play for a good club in one of the best leagues in the world, if not the best league in the world. And obviously with being able to compete on the highest platform in football possible, which is the Champions League, I think for club football, I think I have a great opportunity here for a great club with great teammates to have a phenomenal season.
Okay, lovely. Now, Danjuma, I mean, you have roots from Nigeria, you know, which fortunately I come from, which, I mean, I would always say is the best country in Africa. What would be your take? How would you see, what's your take on the Nigerian football currently?
I think the Nigerian football's always been great. Not always currently, but I think in the past years as well. I think there are many great Nigerian football players. I think Nigeria has been fortunate to bring forth a lot of great Nigerian football players as well. And I hope we need to continue the trend. I think the country itself is beautiful. I think we have a very educated and felt a very exciting youth that is underway. If you look to the Nigerian younger players, I think in the football world there are a lot of Nigerian younger players as well that definitely deserve a chance. So I think we bring a lot of exciting players forward and hopefully a lot to remain.
Now, looking at the Nigerian team, by the way, thank you for such a brilliant answer. Looking at the Nigerian team, if you were to pick one player to come join you in your club in Girona right now, who is that player going to be from the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
I played with Samuel Chukwueze as well, obviously in Villarreal. When I played on the left, he played on the right. I think we done some great things for the club. So he's a good friend of mine, so he will be one to choose. But I think for me, I think Victor Osimhen will make my life a lot easier. If he could just give a cross and he will head every ball in the net. He's a phenomenal player. We played them as well in the preseason. We played Napoli in the preseason when he was still there. And I think Victor Osimhen is a very excited player as well on the national team, obviously. I think you know better than me how good he is.
I mean, you probably know better than me because you've shared the same pitch with these guys. I mean, I'll just give you this last really tricky question. Have you had jollof rice before?
Have I had it before? It's a disrespectful question, this. Everything, from the jollof rice to the fried rice to the gari, eba, everything. Okra stew. In the weekend, this is what we need to eat after the games. This is what keeps me strong.
Whoa. The next time I meet you, I think I'm going to get you some really nice amala or pounded yam and egusi soup because these are the things you need to
soup
start
as well,
giving
please.
us
Bring
this
everything.
crazy
Bring
dreams.
everything.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much for speaking to me, Danjuma.
Thank you very much for your time as well.
All right. Do have an amazing season, man.
Thank you.
Arnaut Danjuma, thank you so much. What a lovely guy. And thank you to Girona. Klinton, how nice is this guy?
He is very, very nice. I think I need
You've
to
got
go...
some cooking to do.
No, I was literally just going to say that. I need to go make some really nice egusi soup and a very thick, strong pounded yam. Trust me.
Strong.
Yes, you see the way I said it's strong.
It's like
for
Spanish.
Emphasis, you know, because he needs this hat-trick against Lamine Yamal. You know, I've heard too much of this whole Barcelona. We need somebody to go mellow them, you know. You know how Spanish people will say, mellow caramelo. Have you heard that before? No.
He's trying to talk like Osuna. I know exactly.
Oh, man.
Yes,
No.
guys, Barcelona and Girona. We will see Arnaut Danjuma taking on Barcelona. A team he is familiar with, playing with Villarreal. But, Alex, this is going to be a tough test for Girona. Yes, we know in the last few meetings, Girona have gotten the better of Barcelona. But this is a bit of a different Girona. You know, we know that Pau Victor has gone to Barca. We know that Artem Dovbyk has gone to Roma. 24 goals last season. Danjuma has some big shoes to fill in.
Yeah, they've lost Savinho as well, going to City. These
Sure.
are players that brought them to that third place finish last season, and they were the surprise package. I think up until that game at the Bernabeu, there were still murmurs and hopes from quite a few teams, I think, and fans of those teams that Girona were going to win the league, but that 4-0 defeat at the Bernabeu, I think, kind of cast an end to any of those dreams. And it was an exciting season. It's always nice to see those teams do well. It's like Leicester City back in 2015-16, and this season, it was bound to happen. They were bound to lose some of those players, but they're in the Champions League. They've brought in some players. I think it'll be interesting to see how they cope. That's always been the big thing, going from playing just La Liga and the Cup and then adding in the Champions League. They're already playing a lot of football, but with European football on top of that, Newcastle struggled with it a lot. Aston Villa, they're going to be put to that test. So it'll be interesting to see how they do, but I'm all for seeing these new teams in these competitions.
Yeah. Gary, what do you think about Girona this season and the transfers they have had going up against Barcelona, who are unbeaten so far in La Liga?
Yeah, and Hansi Flick looks like he's gonna be a good problem for La Liga this season, isn't he? You look at the way, who was it? Was it Rafinha who spoke about the difference between Xavi and Hansi Flick? And I like his answer. It was a really tricky question because if he didn't answer it well, he might have been in trouble, you know. But I like the fact that I think he said Xavi is a more spatially aware kind of coach, but Hansi Flick will help them, especially when it comes to the physical side of things. And that's a big difference. If you know about Hansi Flick and the way he conditioned his teams in the past, he seems to be somebody who is really bent on building his players to do the physical work. So I'm not surprised. And I think that's the kind of opposition Girona will face. That is why I feel like because of the form they are in, if nothing changes with the key players on the international break and they come such as they were before the international break, I think Girona will find it difficult to beat Barcelona, and I'm fully expecting a Barca win.
Are you expecting a Barca win, Klinton? Because you kind of mentioned potentially a hat trick against Lamine Yamal in Barcelona.
I mean, when I look at Barcelona play, right, and it's not just a thing of Barcelona, it's more of a La Liga thing. I feel like any team is beatable in this. Because when you watch some people, like I know you've asked me about Barcelona, but when I watch Real Madrid play with everything they have, and I see little teams come to play them in the Bernabeu, and I see that it's not like it's that crazy or difficult to destabilize their defense or to try to shoot shots. It's the same thing with every other team, including Barcelona, right? I've seen them play, and I know that anything would happen, right? You're looking at these other teams where people are kind of under it. We are now in an era where there is some kind of equality going on among these teams, and they are beginning to make all these strategic signings. That means there's some kind of breakage in the usual or the norm of saying, right, this is a big team, and they're just going to go in. I understand that Barcelona, they've had a game that ended 7-0 against a team that's Real Madrid full-time, only had 3 against them, and that was not even from the first half. It was just from the second half where Ancelotti probably threatened their lives and their relationships at home, and they came back and had to do something crazy. But with this Barcelona, are they going to win Girona today? I feel they will, considering the kind of players they have. They are more of, obviously as usual, on paper, they should be winning this game easily. But when you look at history again, it's not really been that easy for them. Like I said, they've had 2 wins against Barcelona, and was it a draw? I can't remember. Yeah. So, no, the game is going to be a tough one. We just need to just hope for the best for whichever team we support.
Markinde says also Alex Garcia was a huge loss for Girona. Obviously, now he has gone to Bayer Leverkusen. It's a great shout. But yeah, I'm struggling to see Barcelona losing this game with what Gary mentioned as well. Hansi Flick really bringing in that conditioning that Barcelona so badly needed, because for how many seasons now have we seen Barcelona players constantly injured? And you kind of think, okay, this has to be the fact that they're not fit. You could tell players were exhausted. I mean, Alex mentioned the amount of football players are playing, but on top of that, I think Barcelona had a really big problem with the conditioning factor. And Hansi Flick has this team. This is no-nonsense football. You guys have seen now the way they arrive into the dressing room. Jules Koundé, we love the sense of style, but they come in, they're Barca T-shirts, they're Barca trainers. They're serious. This looks like a different Barcelona to me. Like, this is really serious now.
Yeah, I think also when you look at his track record, he's won the Champions League with Bayern, he's won the World Cup with Germany, he's won 2 German titles, he's won a Club World Cup, he's won a UEFA Super Cup. He's a successful manager, and he's only had short spells. He hasn't had that. When you think of Hansi Flick, it's not like you think of Ancelotti at Real Madrid or Pep Guardiola at Barcelona or Man City, but he is a really successful manager, and I think that is something that Barcelona needed. Something, maybe in the last couple of years they've been a bit too comfortable, maybe, and they needed someone to come in and just send a bit of a shockwave through the squad to, you guys, wake up. With Barcelona, we should be competing with, the likes of Real Madrid, the likes of Man City in the Champions League and La Liga, and I think he's definitely changed the culture for the good in that Barcelona camp.
Sorry, I mean, just speaking about somebody coming to, kind of like putting that kind of shock, do you guys really not think that Xavi had that person? Because, when I look at Xavi on the touchline and being the only manager who I think he's had the most red cards and even players on the pitch, do you not think he had that element of that physicality or that influence on the players when it comes to that shock that you've just mentioned?
I think, well, obviously, Xavi had that successful season where they won the league. Was it?
He came in, though, in the end of November.
Yeah, so
and
obviously
kicked Koeman out, who destroyed that team.
didn't have the whole season, but he had a fairly successful time. I think the thing is the big difference between Xavi and Flick is Xavi is a Barcelona legend. He knows the club really well, and that can be a really advantageous appointment. But yeah, sometimes you need just a fresh look at things. And Hansi Flick is. He's an outsider coming in, and when he comes in, he'll perhaps see things that have been, for someone at the club like Xavi, he may have seen things going on at the club and thought, oh, that's just how Barcelona is. Hansi Flick's come in, he might have seen things and go, no, we're not doing it like that. That has to change. It's an outsider's look, it's a fresh look, and I think Barcelona were at that point where they really needed something else, just a little bit different, a little bit fresh, and I really think Hansi Flick is bringing that to this squad.
Yes, I agree. Well, Barcelona and Girona this weekend. Gary, can we get a score prediction for this one, please?
Yeah, I'm going 3-1. 3-1.
2.
Barcelona win.
Alex?
I'm going to go 2-0 Barcelona.
Clinton?
I think I'm going with a draw. It's going to be a 1-1. Ooh.
Arnaut Danjuma on the scoreboard?
Definitely not. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Nah, my boy Danjuma is going with a goal for Girona.
All right, I'm also going to back Gary on this one and say 3-1. We know teams can score on Barcelona, but they look like they're bouncing back. They're not letting that affect them. So let's see what Arnaut Danjuma can do against the mighty Barcelona this weekend. Guys, tomorrow we will preview more of this weekend's big matches across Europe. But now it's time for our Champions League predictions. Yes, guys, next week, the group stage no longer will begin in the Champions League. There's a lot of football because now we have Tuesday, we have Wednesday, and we have Thursday, and there are several games each day. It's gonna be a little adjustment, but it's gonna be great because there's gonna be so much going on at all times. So we thought, let's shoot our shot here and predict who's gonna win the Champions League in September, because what could go wrong? Gary, we're gonna start with you and your Champions League predictions. Can I get that graphic up? Gary's gone for Manchester City. Shock.
Why is he a shock, though?
It's not a shock because all three of you, in fact, went for Manchester City to win.
Oh, we did?
Gary, you, Klinton, and Alex all went for Manchester City to win the Champions League and Erling Haaland to be the top scorer, which I did not pick because I thought we need something to talk about on the show, so I just went rogue.
And Gary, by the way, we didn't do any kind of, in Africa, we call it expo. You know what expo means?
Like talk before.
Well, exactly. We didn't. We just submitted our stuff anonymously.
Wow.
And
Clinton was just looking over my shoulder.
I mean, look at his height. Do you think my eye will be able to cross his neck? Just be sincere with yourself.
To be fair, I actually did see your three because I was the last one to do it, which is why I went with different options. But yes, the three of you didn't know, and you happened to pick Man City and Erling Haaland. So let's start with those, Gary. Man City to win?
Yes, Man City to win. Why do I say so? I'm looking at, their maturity over the last couple of seasons, the fact that they are very settled. They still have that hunger. The way they've started the season suggests that even if they come after the international break, they will have too much in the tank for their first few positions. And I think they are strong enough. They have the mentality, they have the structure, and they have the squad depth to take them all the way. Plus, Real Madrid, I know it's only September, and I might regret this. They don't look like they are too settled. Barcelona, yes. Bayern Munich, yes. One or two other teams, but I'm thinking that Real Madrid are the real Manchester City, are the real McCoy as at today, September the 11th, 9/11.
Man had to give the full date.
Okay, and you're also taking Erling Haaland to be the top scorer. because he can't be stopped, as we can see so far this season.
Yeah. Yesterday we said if he wants to be as prolific as Ronaldo, thanks to our resident Stato, Alex, we were told that he needs to score at least 50 goals
Per
for the
season,
next
for
15
the next season,
For the
right?
next 15 seasons.
No,
for
but
the
that's
next
only
15
in
seasons.
club.
That's just domestic, so we're not
In
even
club.
counting
Yes,
international
so
football
that's
here.
domestic. So let's just say that. Let's just say, let's say 35 a season for the next, because every year he might score like 15 goals for the international side or whatever it is. So if he has to do that, and I'm tipping him to be the next crazy goal scorer in the next 15 years or whatever, he's got to start now. That's why I'm speaking into his life right now. Go, Erling, go get him. Go get them.
Well, what goes hand in hand with Erling Haaland is, in fact, Kevin De Bruyne, which I can probably assume is why you put him as the best player of the tournament.
Kevin
And
De
then
Bruyne
obviously-
is having issues with his temper and stuff, isn't he? Did you see his post-match interview after Belgium played? Man, what's wrong with KDB? Like, his temper these days, like his fuse is so short now. He gets so
They're
angry
tired,
easily.
Gary. All these footballers are tired. Bernardo Silva also came out and said it's absolutely absurd how much football they're playing. They're starting. I genuinely think they're starting to lose their minds a little bit, and I don't blame them.
Minds, yeah. But KDB is getting tired of the questions about Belgium. Now he basically stopped short of cussing his own teammates. He was asked, does he think that the era of the 2018 team is past? And he said yes. He said that many, many times. Does he think his players are not giving it enough? He stopped short of saying yes, but he said that there needs to be much more done. So he was asked, what did he tell the team at halftime? And he said he would love to say it in the media, but he can't. So he's really, really pissed. Anyway, I think that for somebody like KDB, the shock when he gives so much service to somebody like Erling Haaland, who tucks in 95% of the chances, and he comes to Belgium, and they are so rubbish. I think it gets to him a bit, But yeah, that's why I think it's the big reason why I think he'll be the best player, because he's got players ahead of him who are going to utilize all those dangerous balls, all those sumptuous through passes, all those delicious tricks and flicks, and all those yum, 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 yum services that he's going to give them. Yeah, I did that.
All right, well, here we go. We have a surprise team, and you chose Arsenal.
What a surprise.
Right, I think with Gary we need to move. Wait, are we still on Gary? No, listen, we need to move on, man. Like, Gary, I know. Yeah, this is time for us now. Gary would spend. Listen, Gary, let's jump that Arsenal part. Go to let's go.
I want to hear the Arsenal part.
No.
Gary, give me 2 sentences as to why Arsenal are going to be a surprise in the Champions League this season.
First, I'm speaking as a fan. Second, I want it to happen. There's no logical reason behind this. I'm speaking as a fan.
You see?
I love it. Listen, he's honest. I'm into it. And here we have Rodrigo, best young player. We've seen what the Brazilian can do for Real Madrid, one of the most important players so far this season for Madrid. I absolutely back this one. I love watching Rodrigo play. He was crucial for Madrid last season. I think he'll be crucial again. I love this shout.
In as much as I think that right now Rodrigo is like a grandfather in the footballing world, I don't know why he's still a young player. Wait, how old is Rodrigo? Listen, how old is Rodrigo? Rodrigo should be at least 27.
He's 23.
See, that guy is old, though. He's old, man. He's younger than you. Yeah. Nah,
yeah,
listen.
but I think we were thinking a bit younger, but that's okay. We'll let it slide this time, Gary. Klinton, let's see your...
Mine is going to go so quick.
Well, okay, so you've also taken Man City. You've also taken Erling Haaland.
Yes, and my reasons are different from Gary's one, though. But let's continue. Let's not waste too much time. Let's get on my graphics. I want to see that, so that I want to explain like a
I want you to talk about the best player, because this one I absolutely agreed with. And if you didn't take him, I was going to take him. So talk to me about the one and only Fede Valverde.
Well, I mean, fact is, with Real Madrid, take away this man, I don't think Real Madrid would be anywhere they are currently. This guy is a machine. This guy has a tiger battery walking just behind his back. If you actually take that shirt off, you would see that guy, there's a motor that uses a car or even a horse battery. Like there's this horse 3,000 horsepower machine that works on him. And you just know that there is no way. I just feel like everybody could perform or could play rubbish on the pitch, but Valverde, no matter what happens, the guy is just phenomenal. And in this particular Real Madrid team, he's the only one person who, no matter what happens, he's always going to turn up, right? And if Real Madrid will be going far in this tournament, we have no reason to say Valverde is going to be part of that or one or two persons who's going to make it possible. Who's going to be the next person from Real Madrid? Maybe Jude Bellingham, who I believe has almost nearly the type of strength that Valverde does have. But I'm still not going to put him on the same level as Valverde. I feel like Valverde's one is just supernatural. You could clearly tell that Jude Bellingham, he would work hard, but he gets tired. Valverde is almost like he works extremely hard, but he is not tired. Because he could run like within 1 second down to the post and is running back to track a ball. And if somebody takes away the ball from any player, I was watching this game live and I saw Valverde do a run and I said this was illegal. They need to check that guy. He's on drugs. Like, I don't know what he is, but he's on drugs. And for anybody playing in this kind of high level,
Not on drugs.
Definitely is not
For the
on drugs.
record.
If that's natural, then I'm going to put him as my best player in this tournament. I don't know what. He's literally my best player right now.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Without a doubt, the most important player for Real Madrid. All right, you've gone for another Man City player. So you've gone Man City to win, Erling Haaland. Gary's done the same.
Sorry, can we bring that graphic? We had them.
Okay, so Gary's done the same as well. So you guys both have 3 shouts for Man City, but you've taken the best young player to be Savinho.
Right, and the reason is only because I know everybody would always go with this whole, it's Lamine Yamal. I understand. He's got the boss. He's got the whole social media stuff going on for him. But he
I mean, he has the skills on the pitch. The guy does.
No, he actually does. I mean, fact is, I would have gone for him, but
No, this is a great shout. Keep it different. This is a good shout.
No, absolutely. And I've seen this guy play for Manchester City, and I feel like Manchester City, taking away Mahrez and bringing this guy is like, this is supposed to be illegal, right? I see him run through that right wing, and bro, if he is going to feature as much as possible in the Champions League, he's going to make a name for himself. And if there's going to be that consistency that I've seen in Manchester City so far from him, I see him becoming the best young player. How old is he? I think he's about 20, I believe. So he's younger than the old man Rodrigo. That's some of
the old man. He's 20.
That guy he's 20, right?
Yeah,
we're probably same age. So what are you on about? And I've gone my surprise team, Aston Villa. Reason is only because I know it didn't work for them I think they have potential, right? They have all it takes to get to a very high level in the Champions League. Yeah, they might not have, or their current team might not have the experience that a lot of the teams like Real Madrid, Manchester City, some beats of Chelsea or like 2 drops of Chelsea. Maybe teams like Bayern Munich, they've played Champions League football like year in, year out, right? Aston Villa, they've not been that team. And I see, because I look at their team, they have very good talents there. I'm hoping that this time around, they have one of the best coach in the world currently. I'm just hoping that he would push the players to get really high and to be able to say, right, okay, this time around it was different and they've made the name for themselves. Now, surprise team. Are they going to win it? 100% no. But are they going to go far? I think they might do. So let's see. They're my surprise team.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, Villa are a great team, but like you mentioned, Alex, as well, let's see how they handle midweek football, because it can get the better of some teams. So, but a great shout nonetheless. Alex, let's get your predictions up on the board. Once again, we have somebody going for Man City. Once again, we have somebody going for Erling Haaland. So let's skip all that. I know that you have taken. Okay, so you're also going to Erling Haaland. So, okay, just to be clear. Gary, Klinton, and Alex have gone for 3 Man City shouts, all 3 of them, for different things, but fine. So talk to me about why Erling Haaland is going to be the best player, not just the top scorer.
Because of the goals.
Because of the goals. 1 + 1 = 2. That's it. Moving right along. Okay, wait, before we get to your surprise team, we'll do that last. Florian Wirtz, best young player. Yeah. Love it. Talk to me.
I think obviously brilliant season last year. He was one of the main players in that Bayer Leverkusen team, and he's very young. He's energetic. We saw him at the Euros this summer for Germany, and I think he's an exciting player to watch. And I'm really interested and excited to see how Bayer Leverkusen can do with that step up, how they do in that step up from the Europa League to the Champions League, because they did brilliantly. They got to the final. Obviously, they were undone by Ademola Lookman with that hat-trick, but I think they definitely have the capabilities. They have the coach. They've proven it. They're a quality team. So, yeah, I think he's one to look out for. And also, I wanted to go for someone a little bit different, just in case we had two or three Lamine Yamal picks.
Well, so far,
none.
So far, so I don't really know what's going on. Don't worry. But okay, now your surprise team, Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, many people might say it's cheating, putting them as my surprise team.
It's cheating. I was going to say it, but I'm thanking God that you've just said it with your mouth. Why would you say Liverpool is a surprise team?
But
let's start from there.
I'm going surprise team because perhaps, obviously, Jurgen Klopp left in the summer. It's a new era for Liverpool. They're in not a rebuild is probably a bit of a harsh word, but they're in a change of the guard. And I think when you look at how they've done this season, they've been, they've obviously played some slightly lesser teams, including Manchester United. No, I'm joking.
You didn't start that conversation.
To be respectful to Manchester United, they're a top club. It's a derby. Well, maybe not a derby, but a rivalry, a really fierce rivalry. And Liverpool tore them apart. It was, the difference between night and day, the quality.
You didn't have to say they tore them apart.
But they did.
But
they did.
No. You could have just said they won.
They won the game.
No. You could have said they won the game. Why did you have to add the scoreline?
Okay, so yeah, Liverpool. They beat Manchester United comfortably.
Why using the word beat comfortably? This is my problem with British people. Why are you using all this English?
I mean, if Man United played well, I wouldn't have to say it. That's all I'm saying. But yes, I think I really like what Arne Slot's done. He's come in,
I blame Rashford for all this rubbish. Rashford, you see what you are causing on small show that I'm managing.
They're just going to absolutely torch on this show.
And I'm blaming Ten Hag and Rashford. You see those two guys?
This should not be the preview of the Champions League. It should be the roast of Klinton.
But yeah, no, I think I really like the way that Arne Slot has imposed his, he's introduced his culture and his tactics to that Liverpool squad. They seem to be playing really well. I really like how they're using all these different players. It doesn't seem to be that one player is the key to that squad. They all seem to be doing well. Obviously, we saw Luis Diaz, we saw Mohamed Salah's doing really well this season at the back. Gerald Kwanzaa, Konate, Van Dijk, these are some, world-class players, and he seems to get them going in the right direction. And I've been really impressed with Liverpool, and I've said it from the beginning. I really do think they could be third, and even now I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, maybe even second in that Premier League table. But yeah, they're my surprise team. I think they could go quite far in the Champions League. Anfield.
I didn't like that prediction.
One of the hardest places to go.
Hey, Gary. Just wait. Just wait. Because I've gone absolutely rogue. Really quickly, Markandeya said Man City will disappoint you all. He also said the UCL is ours. If you want to get it, you have to go through us. Or more precisely, we go through you. Hala Madrid. Well, guess what? None of us picked Real Madrid to win because I am going absolutely ballistic with this one. I did tell you that I saw Man City and Holland picked across all the boards, so I wanted to go completely different. And Gary, I am taking Liverpool to win. I think they're going to be a lot better than what we thought, and for many reasons as to why Alex already said. Listen, you know what, Gary? There were 3 teams. Let me tell you right now. 3 teams that I wanted to go for. Liverpool, Arsenal, and Barca. Barca, I think, maybe need another year to kind of get into this group. Arsenal, I want you guys to win the Prem. Gary, how many times have I said it? But I can't. I need to be proven wrong.
It's not going to happen.
Prove me wrong.
We're not.
Prove me. Okay, wait. I gotta get through mine. No, Gary. I want Arsenal to prove me wrong, but I can't trust them right now. How can we trust them? We can't. So prove me wrong, Gary. Listen, Liverpool, they've done this before. Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, last season. This is a vengeance season. They're coming. They want to wrap it up. Arne Slot, new manager, bounce, and my best player, Lucho Diaz, 3 goals, 3 games, 1 assist. The guy's on fire. He's had a resurrection after last season. They were grouping him with all these other players, Darwin Nunez, Diogo Jota, these players that haven't been performing well for Liverpool. And Lucho said, not me. I'm going to be him. So I also was telling you, Alex, I think the best player usually comes with the winning team. So I had to pick a Liverpool player. All right, top scorer, Robert Lewandowski. He's been unstoppable for Barca. I think he also has a point to prove. And I think even if Barca don't win, he could potentially. There are many players. Erling Haaland will probably win it. But as I said, I didn't want to pick the same as you guys.
Ollie Watkins will probably win it. You never.
I would love to see Ollie Watkins. Lamine Yamal, come on. What do I need to say about this guy anymore? I think that he is, he's properly the best young player because he's still 17. He's not out here 20. How old is Rodrigo? 23?
I said these are grandfathers you are mentioning. Somebody's even Lydia Kojo. Lydia Kojo is saying even Jamal Musiala. It's a very good shout for youngest player.
Yeah.
I wanted to include another Bayern player in my list, Harry Kane, as top scorer.
But we are scared of Vincent Kompany.
I'm not so convinced by Vincent Kompany. I'm willing to be proven wrong, but I'm yet to... Obviously, it's still early on in the season. They haven't played in the Champions League yet, but I still have my doubts about Bayern Munich.
I am exactly with that because I think Bayern has a lot of really good players, and Harry Kane being one of them, potentially top scorer. But with Vincent Kompany at the Realm, this could be disastrous for Bayern. I think he could be sacked by December if things go poor. And, things like that, it causes a lot of trauma for a team. So I just said, I'm not touching Bayern Munich. Maybe they win it, but I'm not going near that. And then my surprise team, shock, like Gary, I went for Barca because I think that no one thought that Barcelona, especially the last, 5 years in the Champions League, have been miserable, not getting out of the group stage, only making it to the round of 16. And now Hansi Flick is here. A few little moves here and there between some players, Dani Olmo, for example. And I actually think Barcelona could go to, the semifinals here. Could they win it? Who knows?
Definitely not.
Well, anyone could win it.
Anyone cannot win it.
Well, that's kind of how it works.
Manchester City will win it normally, right? Real Madrid, this season, it doesn't look like it, 100%, right? But any team cannot just win it. Arsenal, can they win it? Definitely not. Bayern Munich, can they win it? Harry Kane is there. It's not going to happen. Bayern Leverkusen, these are teams that we are not mentioning. You never know. Look at what's happened last season.
Well, he had the Florian Wirtz shout, to be fair. But listen, anyways, as I said, we all, well, actually, I was going to say we all have different predictions, but we really don't. They all have the same for the winners. And let's see. I think, I don't know, City playing every 3 days? It's a lot.
No, but that's the thing. Even if they play every 3 days, they have the workforce to even... I understand it can be tiring, especially for their key players, like people like Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, Rodri, exactly, right? But if you notice, Rodri has not been featured in a lot of games starting from this season so far. And obviously, there's a reason for it. Pep Guardiola is not very stupid. He's one of the most intelligent, managers in this current football world. And I'm 100% very confident in him. I know he has something going on. And that's the reason why when you see them making these signings, they are doing strategic signings. They are trying to make sure that if this player, even I'm sure that without Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri playing, Man City can still pull off a win somehow. And it's how that team has been structured, how that club has been structured. So I don't see anybody taking it away from Manchester City. Somehow it just happens.
My only worry is if Haaland gets injured, where do the goals come?
If Kevin gets injured, if Rodri there's a few. There's a few that would be potentially detrimental. But once again, I saw all of your predictions and didn't want to just say Man City and Haaland. Gary, really quickly before we wrap this show up, how do you feel about me taking Liverpool?
Sorry, hold on. Gary, don't worry. Even me, I didn't hear what she just said. Sorry, she would repeat it again.
Look at his face. What do you think about me taking Liverpool to win the Champions League? Because I know he's got something to say. He's pissed.
Well,
she's deluded.
I didn't have them in my bingo. I didn't have them in my bingo at all. At all. And that is going to make it a real surprise. And, to be very honest, my evaluation of Ancelotti was quite zero before he came in because I didn't know much about him beyond, knowing that he was the manager of this team. But then again, I have he's built up his respect in my eyes very quickly in the start of the season. So I won't be surprised that he's able to keep this compact team together and go not all the way, but quite far in the Champions League. But to win it, nah.
Let's see, guys. That's the whole point of these predictions. Yeah, never know. Lydia said, Klinton, what has Harry Kane done to you?
Harry Kane has done nothing to me. All I know is I'm just telling you guys reality. Harry Kane needs to go for cleansing in Ghana, right? They need 3 pastors that will touch him, touch his forehead and say, boy, that ancestral curse, that means you will score all the goals, but no cup ever comes to you. First time in Bayern Munich. That's the first time they don't win their league. Well, let's see what happens with the Champions League. If he goes to Ghana, maybe. If he doesn't, sorry, Harry Kane, you ain't going nowhere, fam.
Well, none of us once again picked Real Madrid. Let's see if we all get, you know, slapped in the face or we were all right at one point or another. But that's it for us today, guys. Let us know what you think of our Champions League predictions. But we will be back again, same time, same place tomorrow to give a look ahead to this weekend's matches. And there are some juicy ones. Yes, it's the North London Derby, and Gary's going to have a lot to say about this one. Until next time, guys, enjoy the football.
Everywhere.